Welcome back, squad, to another Crypto Monday. Today, we're going to talk about how
billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and
got wiped from the cryptocurrency market. So what exactly happened over the course of the last few days that all this money just dropped out of the market? Well, let's dive into it. If we jump into CoinMarketCap right now, we can see that Ethereum is down 14.72%. Oh, but don't worry, okay? Because we are going to get into the reasons why exactly this is happening. So, if we look over here at this chart, we can very quickly see the effects of this drop. So, at first, we get this pump, and it pumps again, and then it just dives. Now, what exactly caused this? Well, personally, I feel that this is related to bot behavior, and we've reached a point where there is such a high level of resistance that they just dropped out of the market and they decided to sell off. Okay, now if we look back here, I'm just going to support and validate my point. We can see a major peak here on January 5th. Okay, January 5th, 2019, we saw this major peak, and we see it very, very similar here on February 23rd. Okay, very similar, just a little bit shy. Okay, now notice the price in Bitcoin. Okay, don't notice the US dollar price. Okay, so if we look at that, we can see we're at 0.039 Bitcoin, approximately. And over here, we can see this is our major level of resistance. We're at 0.041 Bitcoin. Okay, so it's incredibly close, and this is a major resistance point for the market. Now, Ethereum has seen the biggest price jump. So just in the month of February alone, Ethereum has gained 60% in its value. So it's been doing extremely well out there throughout the month. And this is what I think has caused the amount of selling. But let's also note that there may be other factors involved. Now, is embezzlement involved in this? So $26 million loss bankrupts Korean crypto exchange Coinbin. This might have something to do with it, but I don't think it's as big of a factor as the Ethereum hard fork, which is coming up very soon, within the next 2 to 4 days, which we'll go over shortly, or the major resistance level for the Ethereum market. Okay, so now, let's go into embezzlement here. What exactly is embezzlement? A lot of people aren't 100% sure what that means, especially if you're not a lawyer, basically. So, what is felony embezzlement? Well, an example of embezzlement is where an employee is entrusted with a certain amount of company money. The person then has lawful possession of the funds. However, if they put the money into a different account for their own personal use, it can be considered embezzlement. All right, so that's basically what they have been, or one of the employees at Coinbin has been accused of, which is a pretty threatening accusation. And this basically led for the exchange to file for bankruptcy. So losses of 30 billion won follow previous controversy. So there's lots going on here, but I mean, honestly, people shouldn't be too shocked about these scams and all of these things happening with exchanges, because in the cryptocurrency market, this happens very often. This is like normal behavior. If you've been in the area and in the market for a while, then you're aware of this, right? And just keeping on top of cryptocurrencies, this happens all the time. This is it shouldn't be a normal thing, but it is. So now that we went over that, do we think that JP Morgan's crypto is related to this? I do not think so. Personally, guys, I didn't even look into JP Morgan's crypto when it was first announced, because I knew that it wouldn't be something that would be very impressive in my eyes. Because as soon as a bank comes out with something and they're like, oh yeah, this is the best, this is what we've designed, it's going to be fantastic. No. If it's if it comes out and it's designed straight from a bank, I'm already really skeptical off the bat. And sure enough, Max Kaiser goes off about it. He basically says it's ridiculous, it's centralized, it offers no privacy, you know, and right then and there, like 90% or more of the crypto community just lost interest in it right there. So let me just take a look here and see. Yeah, here we go. In other words, it's a centralized asset with little to zero transparency. Tom Shaughnessy, the principal analyst at Bitcoin-centric research unit, says. So, like, right there, when I hear that, immediately turns me off. I'm not reading anymore. I'm done. I don't want to invest in this JP Morgan blockchain. This is done. It's toast. It's no good. So, but if you guys want to read more on this, I will have this linked in the description of the video, along with this embezzlement article, which is very interesting, actually. So, again, how does 11 billion just wipe out of the market within minutes? Well, I think that there were several players in this, but again, when you hit a major resistance level in a market, what happens is the bots, they have a set stop loss, right? And they have a set height for their market. So they'll buy up to this point and they'll sell off to this point, etc., etc. And I think when we hit that major resistance level for Ethereum, we hit that cap, we were really touching it, then the bots just said, okay, time to maximize profitability. Let's fire out our shares and move on. So that is what I think, especially when you see like this massive dip and so fast. I mean, what was this over the course of? Yeah, a few hours. They let it go on. They were waiting for another pump. It didn't happen. Boom. Sell all Ethereum right there. That's what happened. So it seems to be coming back, and I mean, it's better than it was before, which is good. But will it continue to grow, right? And I think it will, because if we look at the hard fork timer, right, and there are several hard fork timers, and I want you guys to know this, not all of them are accurate, and it's very hard to be accurate on a hard fork timer because of the speed at which the miners are mining, right? If there's a higher hash rate, then you get closer to the countdown block. If there's a lower hash rate, then it slows down. So it's very difficult to be accurate right down to the minute for these things. So anyways, you can see here, Cry Price is saying about 4 days and 14 hours. CoinGecko is saying in about 2 days they'll reach it, which I don't think that's accurate at all. And then we have Etherscan, which is saying it's going to be approximately 3 days and 13 hours until the upgrade happens. So I think personally, in this time frame, within 2 to 4 days, we're going to see probably a higher price for Ethereum. A few dollars at the very least. We'll probably touch maybe $150 again. And after the hard fork, I think we'll probably kind of go downwards from there. So that is my prediction personally. So we will see where that goes. But I will have the links for these hard fork timers for you guys in the description as well, and you guys can definitely check them out. So let me know what you guys think about this Ethereum hard fork. Do you think that this is directly related to the pump and dump of the recent market, or do you think it's related to other factors that have recently been released? When I see a 60% increase for a particular project in 1 month, it would make sense to me if a loss or a retracement happens because of that exact same project, especially when it's the second highest cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap in regards to the market capitalization. Definitely let me know in the comments because I would love to hear what you guys got to say. Maybe you guys are aware of something that I'm unaware of, and if so, we can present it to the community. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and as always, toss a like, leave a subscribe, and stay regular.